Hey guys, what's up? It's Schla coming back to ya with a surprise, another episode of Walks with Schla. Now, Walks with Schla is momentarily returning, and there actually could be a lot of episodes depending on how things go with the weather. So, yeah, I actually think for today, we're recording one right now, and then I should be able to record another one later. And then tomorrow, I should be good to go for recording. And then I also think on what is it? What am I? I also think on Friday, because I do not work on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. So I'm thinking, and I actually had never told you guys this, but I did end up purchasing an iPhone SE 3rd gen, and so I think it would be a good time to test that out and see how that goes, because I bought it and then I realized, like, I'm not even doing walks with Schla anymore, so that was kind of a waste of money. But I did get a good deal on it, and like I said, I wanted to have it anyway, just because it was the last iPhone that had the home button and the Touch ID and stuff. It's my favorite iPhone design. I've been wanting it for a while, so I just decided to get it. And yeah, I kind of regret it, but not that much, because it wasn't an extremely good deal, and the condition of it's in very good shape physically. It actually looks brand new, so for the amount of money I paid for it, the only caveat is it is not the 256 gigabyte, which there is a little bit of grievance there, but I don't think it should be too big of an issue, you know. Just because, again, what I was about to explain is there's other things on my iPhone 13 mini, but that iPhone SE 3rd gen and all of its 128 gigabytes could be used for audio recording. And I think that it actually makes a lot of sense to just do it that way, because I think I have about 40 gigabytes left on here, and I don't know. I mean, I just feel like rather than to have to go through this phone and sift through it, which I still should do, don't get me wrong. I'm probably going to do that if I have time. Hopefully tonight I will make the transition, and if not, then I guess at some other point I will make that transition. I think it makes more sense. I don't know if I'm going to permanently do it, but it would make it so that all the car rides and walks with Schla would be done on that iPhone. But I might not end up doing it, which is because I don't have a lot of time. I think a definite is I might do it for Friday. That's like a definite. And then there's only a chance that Tuesday's episodes are going to be recorded with it. There's only a chance, because I'm going to have to do a lot of stuff tonight and that I'm not really going to feel like doing. So I may even do, I don't know, maybe I'll even, I might even, just remembering something I wanted to look into. But anyway, sorry. I might even end up getting... I might even end up just bringing it to work and doing everything at work, because I'm probably not going to feel like doing everything at... Like, when I go home, like, after working these shifts, I mean, I'm pretty much straight in bed, you know? So, it's just something to keep in mind, I guess. I'm probably not going to feel like, I don't want to set myself up for, like, to just not to end up do it. So that's why I'm saying, like, there's really no guarantee about tomorrow, but I could end up doing it. I really could end up doing it. It would just be, I would just end up doing it during work on Tuesday. So yeah, sorry for the boring conversation, but I didn't really, again, like, I was kind of at a loss, and I was walking during my break, and I realized that for this week, I'm probably going to be able to do the series. And I obviously don't have to, so I mean, maybe this is just a one and done. Like, maybe I just end up deciding I don't feel like doing the I don't feel like doing the series anymore. And then it's just like, okay, you know, like, I don't know. We'll just have to see, I guess. But I think I will, because I guess it's very, and see, like, just how easily I went back into doing it. I at least think I'll do one a day, I would assume, unless something unforeseen comes up, or I hit a substantial snag in things. Just documenting what's going through my head. What I was talking about earlier is I want to get dust filter material for fans. I want to be able to put some dust filter material. I've kind of wanted to do that for a long time. I just have to I just have to look into, like, where to get it from, or I guess what's, like, the best source or something. I don't know. I don't even know really what I'm doing with that. But that's why I want to get some kind of a screen, like a dust filter type of thing. And yeah, looking forward to doing that finally, because I've been meaning to do that for a very long time. And that would be great. So I think that about wraps things up. Yeah, like I said, I'm kind of liking the idea of doing the car rides with Schla still on the Mini, and then maybe tomorrow setting everything up on the new iPhone SE 3rd gen, because I'm going to be honest, I don't really think I'm going to use that thing for anything else, because, yeah, I don't know. I think it makes more sense. Bottom line, I just think it makes more sense. The Mini can stay as my secondary phone. I feel like its purpose is better as that than the recording device. So, I think it makes more sense to just do that. And then, again, it's a shame it's not the 256 gigabyte like I wanted, but 128 is still good. The real problem would have been if it was a 64 gigabyte. But, again, for flawless condition, I mean, it literally looks brand. I looked over the body and the screen, and it doesn't even, I don't understand how. I don't know how I got it for as good of a deal I got it. You know what I mean? It's just like something special. I just got like a very good deal on it for a very low price. I'm not going to say what price, but I am going to, yeah, like it was definitely good. Definitely a good thing. And we'll see if I end up switching over so I can see the benefit of having the bezel be lower, and also the slight comfort increase in the hand because of the iPhone's superior design. As, don't know how often I've talked about it before, but I do think that iPhone design is just the perfect phone design. I wish they would have never got rid of it, but they got rid of it due to a few reasons. I believe cost reduction and also people not really caring that much. Most people just slap some gross weird case on their phone anyways, and then that's another thing to mention. I'm just forgetting it with all the numbering of stuff, so there's definitely going to be some episodes that are out of order. It's probably only a handful, like less than 10, but I just don't have the energy for it. I kept putting it off, but I would keep the way I have to do it since I'm using iPhones. I guess they should be telling me why don't you just use an Android, which I would, but this first of all, I like iPhones more because of their build quality. I've already said I haven't really held an Android phone that surpasses an iPhone's build quality. I'm sure it's possible, especially at this point, but I honestly doubt it. If I had to guess, I actually would think that the iPhone 7 in black is a pretty hard to beat build quality because that had a very specific kind of a finish. I actually wonder if their titanium sort of resembles it, because it kind of does. So maybe, but see, it's not the whole phone. Like the titanium, you have the glass on the back, which I don't think that's quite as premium. But yeah, I actually think that original matte black iPhone 7 was really, they did a special finish for it, and they didn't end up doing it again. And I think that could be the highest build quality phone ever made. I really, a lot of phones, when you feel them, they just don't feel that good. But I don't know. It could exist by now. It definitely could exist. Well, actually, I feel like I would say the iPhone Air, that's probably the best build quality of any phone in terms of, literal, physical quality. I'm not sure anything really surpasses that. The glossy titanium rails and the quality of the glass is very high, so I think the finishing on that is probably pretty much the best. It's obviously a lot newer, so the manufacturing can be tighter. But I'm telling you, that original iPhone 7 was really a good finish. Now, the regular colors, they felt a little bit different, but they weren't exactly the same. Of course, the iPhone Jet Black, the iPhone 7 Jet Black 2 was also a good contender for a very high build quality phone, but that's more subjective because some people may not appreciate the glossy in the way that I do. I love glossy finishes. They really to me they feel better than matte. I think matte, it's very overhyped, and it's just I don't like it. I think glossy is much better to just have things glossed out. But yeah, so some of the episodes, now you're not really going to get hit by this anytime soon, because even right now, episode 300 won't even go up until a certain, because I'm only doing daily uploads now. I'm switching things up. I used to do 2 uploads Monday through Friday. Now I'm just doing 1 upload every day. I think that it's probably a better system. That way I always have some kind of a surplus. I don't know, I thought that made sense, especially because I'm in this rut. I'm really, I just have not been myself. My fighting spirit has been gone for so long, but my fighting spirit was still actually pretty alive and well during the walk switch law era, obviously, because back when I was doing all that stuff, I was doing it a lot, and then now I get hampered because of the winter weather. So it's pretty frustrating, but I can't really do anything about it, like I said. So you're just gonna have to wait until spring for walk switch law to return. And I guess that'll be exciting, but until then, it's just like, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't really had too much to say. There's a bit of a concern about, I guess, running out. Even though, I mean, I never really run out of things to say, but I'm only saying that because there is some risk. I think there is some risk. Only because, again, I'm not used to it, and I feel like things have still been kind of on a steady decline for me energy-wise. Like I said, it's just been a lot. I feel like mentally I'm just like, I just need like a break. I just need, and I don't know how long this is going to last, because I think I had described before I was doing pretty well, and I would still say that I am doing well. Like, I would definitely say that I'm doing well, but the thing is, this feeling of things needing to take a break, that's not really a good sign, because that's how I felt back when I was in school a lot. I felt like I just needed everything to pause, and I hadn't really felt like that for a long time since working. It's only been the past like month or two, and it's not good. Like, I feel like I usually have a little bit more umph to me, if that makes sense, and that's just kind of vanishing at this point, and it's not good. I don't really think I ever made it through that either. I don't think I did, I think like once I started feeling that way, things just never really rebounded. And so it's obviously like a little bit risky, I would say. I think it is, at least. Like, I don't know, it just seems risky, man. I'm a little bit concerned about myself, but I'm hoping that eventually I'll be able to get out of it. But it's really taken me back to how I felt when I was 16. I felt like this a lot. And probably from around 15, 16, 17. I mean, once I was out of school, like, I guess I didn't really feel that way anymore, because, I didn't have any work or stresses or anything. I mean, that really paints a picture of just how fortunate I was, I guess, because it's just like, I don't know, I didn't really have to do anything, and that was good that I even had the luxury of that, because most people don't really have the ability to pause and reflect. But of course, me being given that luxury is what helped to shape who I am now. Like, I wouldn't have never been able to do what I'm doing now with this walk switch law or the car ride switch law if it wasn't for the intense amount of space I was given. I mean, I was given a lot of space in isolation, and I think there's such a weirdness to what happened, because while I wasn't as productive as some people in isolation, like, it shows they can really do something, or they can really show a certain skill with their isolation. I feel like I can't really show anything, but there's something there nonetheless. Does that make any sense? It's just like, I don't have this like direct skill or hobby I can point to. I guess I can speak. I guess I'm capable of speaking in a way that is interesting, and I've gained that. Like I said, I gained that from what I went through, Like, I don't think had I not gone through what I went through with the amount of space and free time I had, I wouldn't be doing this right now. I'd be probably a more conventionally conventional why am I tripping up about this? Conventionally successful person. Like, I've said it before, if I had just gotten like a regular job, I easily think I could have just been like this regular guy, you know? But that's just not how things turned out for me, and instead I'm this strange guy. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's very weird and strange to me. I don't really know how else to word it or whatever. But it's given me a lot of different perspectives on things, and I mean, I've learned a lot, but it's still, I don't know. Like, I still feel like I'm realizing just how sheltered I was or am. Like, thing is, though, it's hard to say how much it really matters. I mean, you get used to what you have, but still, like, yeah, it's not really fair, I guess. I guess some people would say that my life isn't fair for where they're at. I think most people would probably say that if they knew about me. So I guess really most of the whining I do, it's not very warranted, but I think the whining that is warranted is just more of the existential whining, you know? But I do think, like I tried to say, I'm less, well, no, I didn't try to say this, so I don't know why I said that. I'm less miserable than a lot of people, I think, who are thinking similarly to me. Like, I tend to be very good with time, which is important. I have a feeling a lot of people who kind of would think like me or deal with a lot of the things I deal with, like, they're bad when it comes to time. And that's obviously, like, no good, because that's, like, the main thing. But in terms of just holding down a job, no, I don't really see how I could, like, why I would quit it. You know, I talk about, like, I probably should. There's probably something I could be doing that's much more contributory. I feel like that's how you would say that, contributory. But I don't know, for the time being, I'm just out here doing my thing, you know, and it's working, and I'm just grateful for that, really. But I guess I do have to start to consider and think about other things, but I'm not in that mind space right now. It's just, I'm just, you know, so it is what it is. I think for a while now, I'll probably be here, but I hope that when I get the next burst of energy, that I'll actually be able to take that into something interesting. You know, that's kind of what my hope is, at least. It's tough to say. It's tough to say what the future will hold, but definitely documenting how I'm feeling right now. And I believe today is I believe it's December 22nd. That does sound correct. So, because I wanted to start saying the date more often, but then I stopped. But yeah, today, December 22nd, and it is it's in the second time slot for a car ride switch. It's in the second time slot for a walk switch law, but it would be the second, but it's the first of today. But it would be the second, and then there should be one more, unless, again, I just don't feel like doing it. And I don't really think there is too much else to report on. Yeah, I think that's kind of it. I'd say that it's been a pretty good episode. I don't know, all things considered, you know, especially because of the short notice. I don't like doing things spontaneously. I mean, I guess I really flip-flop on that, but for the most part, I don't really like doing things spontaneously unless it's something that you basically have to. Like if there's a good deal on eBay, I may have to do something spontaneously because then the deal is going to disappear. So, yeah, I mean, that just comes with the territory, I guess. And I don't know. I'm just wrapping things up. So it's been schla. Now it's time to buy schla. So, see you schla.